Less than ep data end equals 415 data start equals 81 greater than. It's hard to fully grasp the weight of what just happened in Minnesota. Imagine waking up to find that 2 elected officials, key Democratic figures, were gunned down in their own home, in a state known more for lakes and quiet communities than political violence. This was no random act. This was targeted, ideological, and terrifying. Less than ep data end equals 887 data start equals 417 greater than. Over the weekend, a manhunt unfolded that has now been called the largest in Minnesota's history. The suspect, Vance Bolter, was on the run for over 40 hours. Armed and dangerous, he evaded police even after a shootout near the scene of the crime in Brooklyn Park. Authorities had every reason to believe he was prepared to kill again. Emergency alerts were sent statewide. Residents were told to lock their doors, and behind the fear, an urgent question lingered. Why? Less than ep data end equals 1178 data start equals 889 greater than. Bolter was eventually captured in Green Isle, his hometown, late Sunday night. More than 100 law enforcement officers and 20 SWAT teams were involved in his apprehension. He was found crawling toward officers, still armed, but thankfully no additional violence occurred during his arrest. Less than p data end equals 1496. Data start equals 1180 greater than. Now the aftermath begins. The victims, Melissa Hortman, a longtime Democratic state representative, and her husband Mark, were beloved by their community. Another state senator, John Hoffman, and his wife were also targeted but survived. The governor, Tim Walz, said what many felt. This has changed Minnesota forever. Less than p data end equals 1858. Data start equals 1498 greater than. We're learning that Bolter had a list of over 70 potential targets. Law enforcement sources confirmed that many of the names on that list were tied to Democratic politics or abortion rights advocacy. It's deeply unsettling. Melissa Hortman was known for championing reproductive rights, and evidence suggests this may have been a driving factor in her murder. Less than pop data end equals 222, 1 data start equals 1860 greater than. Bolter wasn't just some anonymous extremist. He once served on a state workforce council, had connections with his victims, and even ran a private security company that used vehicles resembling police cars. His religious nonprofit organization claimed to reach out to Islamist radicals abroad with messages of peace. Yet here he was, executing violence at home. Less than p data end equals 2538, data start equals 2223. Greater than. Politicians across the country are rattled. Former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi spoke out, comparing the tragedy to the hammer attack on her husband in 2022. Her words ring painfully true. It's not just about the act of violence, but also how we respond to it. If we treat it like the new normal, we normalize terror. Less than p data end equals 2804 data start equals 2540 greater than. And of course, in the background of all this, we have political figures using the moment for commentary. Donald Trump wasted no time criticizing Governor Walz, calling him incompetent, but stopping short of offering any real solutions or unity in a time of crisis. Less than p data end equals 3096 data start equals 2806 greater than. What happened in Minnesota is not just a local crime. It's a loud, horrifying alarm bell ringing out across the nation. Our political environment is growing more toxic, more dangerous, and more radicalized, and until we reckon with that reality, we risk seeing more headlines like this one. Less than p data end equals 3190 data is last node equals data is only node equals data start equals 3098. Greater than. This isn't just a Minnesota story, it's America's story. One that we ignore at our own peril. Less than ep data end equals 228 data start equals 0 greater than. Certainly. Below is a less than strong data end equals 45 data start equals 22 greater than 60-second monologue less than strong greater than that can be used for a less than strong data end equals 124 data start equals 69 greater than stage 2, that is recall. Audition for Matilda the musical less than, strong greater than, inspired by the themes and tone of the show. It's original, age-appropriate and emotionally resonant. Less than HR data end equals 233 data start equals 230. Greater than less than P data end equals 283 data start equals 235. Greater than less than strong data end equals 283 data start equals 235 greater than monologue. The library is my kingdom less than, strong greater than less than P data end equals 367 data start equals 285 greater than, that is child standing with determination. Maybe holding a worn library book. Less than P data end equals 76. 2 data start equals 369. Greater than, you know what's funny? People always say I'm just a kid, like I can't know anything big. But I do. I know that when you open a book, it's like opening a door and walking into a place where anything can happen. In here, that is holds up book, I'm not just Matilda or Ellie or any kid who gets told to be quiet. In here, I'm a warrior, a queen, a genius who defeats evil head teachers with my brain. Less than P data end equals 789, data start equals 764 greater than, that is beat softened slightly. Less than P data end equals 1115, data start equals 791 greater than. Sometimes, I go to the library just to feel safe. The librarian, Mrs. Phelps, she smiles like she knows. She never says go play outside or, where are your parents? She just lets me less than M. Data end equals 979 data start equals 975 greater than B. And when I'm reading, I don't feel small anymore. I feel powerful. Like the words are little sparks of magic, lighting up my brain. Less than P data end equals 1142. Data start equals 1117. Greater than. That is looks up, full of hope. Less than P data end equals 1308. Data start equals 1144. Greater than. One day, I won't just read the stories. I'll write them. And they'll be so full of truth and fight and light that no one will ever forget what a little girl can do. Less than HR data end equals 1313. Data start equals 1310. Greater than less than P. Data end equals 1416. Data is last node equals data is only node equals data start equals 1315 greater than. Would you like a contrasting comedic version or help adapting this to a specific accent or age range? Stay subscribed for more videos.